Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Five Aside. It's December time. It's been an interesting Champions League week. Chelsea, how far now? So we're gonna talk
We're
about
winning more than
Chelsea,
Ronaldo.
Atlanta, Liverpool, Inter, and Arsenal's win versus Club Brugge, as well as Man City versus Madrid. That's probably the biggest fixture of this week for
Hmm.
sure. We can start with Atlanta versus Chelsea actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched part of the game. I saw the highlights. Actually, Sam, just lead us since now your team be that.
Yeah, I watched the game. It was very interesting. The eh?
Yeah.
the um the Chelsea conundrum just continues. The up and down trough that the club seems to be going on. We are currently in the downwards phase, which coincides with December. Unfortunately, we don't have any conference league games to give players adequate breaks and do full rotations so that people can rest and get better. So we're just going to have to go through it. It Chelsea has a problem with teams that play in the back five, and Atalanta are one of those type of teams. They do a lot of man to man pressing. They do a lot of man to man defending. So with that and a back five, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Chelsea. Now, Maresca had tried to rotate the side, but in the Champions League, you can't fully rotate as you would like, right? You can't fully give breaks to people that you want to give, and it showed in their performances. Enzo Fernandez was very anonymous performance, and he looked knackered. Cucurella, who always is on goal, had an okay-ish game, but then the fatigue got to him, and him too, he was knackered. We didn't carry Cole Palmer because he's recovering, so Cole Palmer didn't even travel with the team, and uh, you could tell. Atalanta actually have this thing where they always score in the second half. They throughout this whole campaign, all their goals have been in the second half of their games. So when we took the lead in the first half, it was very, very obvious that they are going to turn up the heat in the second half. And a team like Chelsea that's, struggling with fatigue, accumulated fatigue, like everybody else is, but also the added fatigue of, the Club World Cup in the summer. Um, it was going to show in the end. I What I didn't like, right, for a lot of the times, right, I give Chelsea like excuses like fatigue, is the sporting directors and all that. Chelsea's problem, the biggest problem right now, the biggest problem since the summer has been the recruitment. We all know that these guys are going for younger under 25 or 25 players, and they are going to keep reshuffling that squad till they find a gem like a Cole Palmer or spend enough money like a Caicedo and get those type of players. So when you lose your highest XG slash XG assist X assist players, Cole Palmer was top of them, Nico Jackson was next, Madueke was third. Right? When you lose those players and then bring in players that are going to need to adapt again, Garnacho, a la Gittins, a la Estevo, you are going to have to get them up to speed, and there's going to be a drop off. So that's the biggest problem with Chelsea. That's where the issues came from, right? From there. Now, in this game, particularly this game, I think this game was on Maresca, and I've been very careful not to, wail in on him because I see he's trying, he's growing. I like him a lot, but this particular game was on him. It was on him because I know that there is a drop off when he does rotations, but I think that there's a thing that he does, right? And if you watch Chelsea enough, you know. Anytime he makes a decision in fear, right? Based off of fear, we draw points. We draw or we lose. Every time he makes a decision based off of fear, right? When you play United, you get a red card, an early red card, right? You don't know where the game can go. More than likely, you will lose because the percentages are obvious when you lose when you go a man down early in the game. But it's not a given. You can win the game. You can still draw the game. You can get something decent, and it showed in the Arsenal game, obviously. But you panic, you
Learn from
fear.
maybe learn from the United game though.
He did learn from the United game, right? That I'm just using. I'm giving examples of where he does things in fear. When you make a substitution to not lose rather than win, at least in this current iteration of Chelsea, you drop points. And when he had when he had the chance to bring on Estevao and De Santos, and Fofana gets injured. I know Fofana came in the second half and he gets injured and in his eye and you have to take him out. And the first thing you go to is Tosin, right? Not that Tosin caused the goal, right? I mean, he did give away the foul, but I'm not going to blame him. You get scared. You bring in Fofana. I mean, you bring in Tosin, sorry. When you have Josh Achampong that's been playing very, very well that whole game, you can just move him to his preferred position, right? You bring in Gusto, or you don't even bring in Gusto. You bring in Andre Santos and you shift Rhys James to right back, but you get scared. You bring in Tosin. You bring in Gusto to go and play where Enzo was playing in the midfield. So you now have two right backs and none of them are playing in their preferred position, right? You now have six defenders against Atalanta at home. And they, of course, like the idea is when you bring on defenders, they're coming to lock down shop, but that's not how you play. So they pile in pressure on you. They pile in pressure on you. There's no outlets to relieve pressure, and they're coming at you, and they score every time he makes a decision in fear. You lose against Liverpool, right? You are losing your defenders left and right. Now send Rich James center back. Bring Estevao play. Don't leave. Don't be scared. Go for it. If they kill you, they kill you. Of course, we won the game. Same thing with Arsenal. You lose. You lose. What's his name? Caicedo. But you don't panic. You don't bring in another defender. You don't like. Just calm down. You calm down and keep going. You keep going. I know we didn't get a win, but you didn't lose. Like you even like pressure them to score. That way, you now take you now make it that they have to score you and try and save a point. But when you make a decision in fear, nothing good comes out of making fear-based decisions. It's okay to be scared. But when you make decisions based out of fear, nothing good comes out of it. And that's what he did today. Well, yesterday. That's what he did yesterday. I mean Tuesday. And I didn't like that. I thought he had gone beyond that. I thought he had grown beyond that. His best results, okay, there's no Nico Jackson. We don't have a striker. Go and play Tyreek George, academy player, has 9 against Fulham, where we need 3 points. We are losing the match. The guy rockets the ball, go, equalizer. Next thing, Pedro Neto, go, 2-1, 3 points. And that kickstarts a chain of events, like a butterfly domino effect on our season from there at Fulham away, all the way to winning the Club World Cup, right? And that was because he made decisions out of courage. Courage is the like, it's not the fact that you're not feeling fear, it's when you make decisions regardless of that feeling. And he made fear-based decisions and he lost the game.
What
How can
specific
I say that?
decisions?
And I understand that with the sporting directors and the recruitment, we have bigger issues than that. But this particular game, it was on him.
Yeah, this game, to Chidalu's question, like what was the decision? Because I'm looking at your first team squad and it looks like, I mean, besides Achipong playing right back, it
So
seems like this is Chelsea's strongest team that is fit so far. Because Caicedo
that
played,
that
Regine
that
played.
was that was that was the it's not Chelsea's strongest team when they are fit because Achampong played right back, right? That's it's not the strongest team, and Fofana didn't start either. Fofana came off the bench, so it's not Chelsea's strongest team.
It wasn't Fofana at fault for one of the goals. Like
He
when he,
was he was. He lost his man. He lost Kamaka when they crossed the ball. He lost Kamaka, but that wasn't the reason. He brought in Fofana because Chaloba got a yellow card in the first half, and he was losing a lot of his duels, his physical duels. So he got sick and tired of that. When the choices that were made in fears when he took off Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez. When he took off Enzo Fernandez, right, the person that was replacing Enzo Fernandez positionally was Malo Gusto. So you have Reece James, your right back, playing midfield, and Malo Gusto playing the 10,
Yeah.
right? Malo
See, I see
Gusto,
what you're saying.
Malo
Even
Gusto
Enzo
has
playing as
only
a
one goal the whole season.
think that is low key even also defensive, like having Enzo
Yes, we had
Fernandez playing
six
as a 10.
defenders. Yeah, you're
Um,
doing it so you don't lose, as opposed to winning. You're doing it so you don't lose.
but who
So
else
he
can play
started with
that
the
10
line. Sorry,
for you
go ahead.
guys? I said, who else can play that 10 position for Chelsea?
Andre Santos.
Andre Santos? I thought he was
Yes,
more of a,
he's
I
box
don't
to
even know, like
box.
a
You can play
deeper.
Andre Santos there. You can play Facundo Buenanote there.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you have that
You can
Bonaventure
play
guy.
João Pedro in the 10 and bring on Magui to play 9.
Mm,
There are
okay.
at least three options he could have done. None of them involved Malo Gusto as the 10.
So is it fair to say that his fear of losing was bigger than his fear of winning?
Exactly. Exactly. And he has said it on the press conference before. I prefer, if I cannot win, I rather not lose.
I mean,
And I guess it's rooted in logic, but at Chelsea, when he makes those decisions, more often than not, it comes back to bite him.
yeah, that fear of winning just reminded me of Henri's clip.
I don't think Henry understood what he said there,
Bro,
bro.
I swear, well, a lot of people are hyping that clip up, saying, "Oh my God, this guy is so deep, he's so good and that." I'm like,
Oh, I
bro,
saw
what are
someone in
you
the comment. What
talking
did he say?
about? So you know that video of like Arsenal players like all slumped, shoulder slumped, like hitting the floor and everything. He came out and was like, "Oh yeah, you know sometimes the fear of winning is greater than the fear of losing." I'm like, nigga, what? No, bro. If you see how guys are, I've seen that clip like 5 times. Guys hyping that clip. I'm like,
Someone sent it to me too. I didn't understand. I was like, the guy probably doesn't know English well. That's why he said it that way. I
Yeah, he
don't think he
probably,
was trying to
probably like
clock
that.
us
bro, what's
on.
happy for him
Nah,
and everything as
that
if he
nigga has
was deep.
been a long time, I beg.
Bro, I responded. A lot of people are like arguing with me. I'm like, you fear of winning is literally like imposter syndrome. What does that have to do with Arsenal players like hitting the floor and crying that they lost a game after conceding at the last minute? That
Yeah, I
literally,
guess we were trying to say the fear of maybe not winning the trophy, but that's also the fear of losing.
that's
I
the
didn't
fear of
understand it. Like,
anyway
I
you
didn't
want
understand the fear of winning
anyway
that I was talking about.
it's fear of
Like,
losing. What do
how's
you-
I going to fear to the win? But okay.
Yeah. I
I
think
don't
ultimately it just is put us in a very tricky situation where I think top 8 was in our hands up until that game because we're the same points as Atalanta. Now we're just going to have to win our games outright and hope people drop points. And that's just not that's just not ideal. Right.
you guys are gonna play what's their name again? Pachu.
We're playing Pafos, we're playing Napoli, but we're playing Napoli though too.
Oh,
what
I
what about
mean, bro, this
what if you get out of Champions League and then you start playing just Premier League and FA Cup, so you have more to rotate, and then you go for a title run charge.
We won't get out of Champions League. Is that's going to if you get out of Champions League too early, he's going to get fired. The club doesn't play with Champions League. He won't get out of Champions League.
so do you think Chelsea
But
are
if they do, I do hear your point. There'll be more chance to rotate. But Champions League, it will hold a negative come the end of the season when they do his review if he gets out too early.
do you think you guys are mentally okay, physically, mentally and physically even ready for the Champions League?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Physically, no. Right? No. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if you're asking mentally or physically. Mentally, yes, because that's the it's in the DNA of the club. But physically, no. Like no.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyway, you guys have any other points for the Chelsea game? Any other takes? Yeah.
Said,
I
they
was just
beat
surprised. I was surprised they lost.
back in the same week and then lose. So this is the side of Chelsea we're seeing.
Yeah, that's
They
this is
lose
exactly
2-1.
what I said. It's still the same thing. Like Chelsea will do well in those big games, and not that Atalanta is not a big game. It's a big game too.
Honest,
You said what?
Chelsea is just a bigger man. Yeah, big brother. You need consistency. Yeah, those are the higher level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Atlanta are
inconsistent.
like 12th in Serie A this season. I mean, they've not
But
been
there's
that good.
context to that 12th though.
What's the
They were
content?
with Ivan Juric, and that's one of the worst coaches I've seen before. The one that was fighting with Ademola Lookman. This guy is, at least on paper, should be better. So like there's context to that.
Okay.
They're not
But
12th,
wasn't
12th
he the
and
manager that won them the trophy in the previous season?
no.
Or
That's Gasperini.
That's current.
Gasperini has left.
Is he current?
Gasperini left. Ivan Juric came in, and then I forget this guy's name. He's new. This guy is actually he was in. A fun fact: he was Maresca's teammate in 2003 Juve, the Juve that had Lilian Thuram, Pavel Nedved, Buffon, all those guys, Cameronese. Yeah, they were teammates.
Yeah, I think this Gasperini. I think they sacked him for they sacked him in Italy and replaced him with Gattuso. That was an interesting one. Gasperini is a great coach, I think. Oh, I'm getting it wrong. It might not be.
You're getting it wrong.
I think it's Napoli's former coach that they sacked and replaced him with with.
Gasperini is in Roma now.
Oh, so now I'm
Gasperini won
that's
Europa
Roma's
League,
coach. Yeah.
right, with them, and then the next season that's when he fell out with Lukman and all that,
I'm
and
thinking of the Napoli coach that was bringing up the chick.
then
That's the person
old
who.
one,
Yeah. That's what,
Spalletti.
yeah, that's who they. I think that's who Italy sacked.
Yeah,
But
Spalletti. Yeah.
anyway, let's go on to Inter versus Liverpool. I watched part of this game. Started okay. This was a very very boring game to be honest. I think
Oh
Inter
wow,
in- Inter
I didn't watch this game.
Inter didn't show up at all. For the most part, it's not like Liverpool were like completely destroying the end bolt. I would say they were the better-ish team, but it was a very, very low-key affair. So Bosley ended up scoring a PK that was probably not supposed to be a PK in the first place. Even Van Dijk admitted to that not being a penalty. Inter did not come out from did not come out to play at all, and it's crazy that they were actually at home. So I wouldn't really read much into this game in terms of Liverpool coming back to form. I think it was just important that they won, given the whole Salah drama and all of that, which is probably more of a bigger topic than the game itself, to be honest.
I feel like we've not even had a conversation about the whole Salah thing. Like I don't know if we have.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my own take on it last time, but it was brief. I'm basically of the opinion that at the end of the day, I mean, he said from what I took from his speech, it made it seem like he and Slots were not really on speaking terms, and he might not have spoken to him. So I took it that like, okay, yeah, if you're gonna drop someone as big as Salah, the least you could do is actually sit him down and explain to him why you're going to be dropped. And but on the other hand, Slot said he did speak to him before the game that he was dropped. So that was like he said, she said. But at the end of the day, if you're not football is what have you done is a what have you done for me lately kind of sport. If you're not performing at the moment, whatever you've done historically it doesn't really matter. Liverpool are not going to bring back Gerrard to come and play for them today, even if it's Gerrard.
But why? So hold on. I'm trying to see which side you are on so that I know where I'm coming from.
No, I think Salah's feelings are valid, but you can't be making a fuss coming out and giving speeches just because your manager dropped you. If indeed he spoke to you about being dropped, you've not been playing well. Like I remember earlier in the season, everybody was of the opinion why are they still playing Salah. He's clearly out of form. Like he's clearly out of form. He wasn't delivering, he wasn't tracking back, he wasn't doing anything, and he wasn't scoring. So it was very, very fair to drop him. The only thing I would have excused, I would have given him is if Slot did not explain to. I mean, even Salah as an adult, he knows he's not playing well. So I don't think. But as respect, I think Slot should speak to him and explain to him why they're making the decision to drop him.
I I agree with that, right? The thing
Mhm.
about this one is that the thing about it, the only people that don't there's a point everywhere. Like I don't I feel like any side you're on, there's like there's a legit point to it.
Mhm.
Except when you come and say stuff like the club. Like the club is bigger than nobody's bigger than the club and all those things. Like that's where me I have a problem, right? And I know that's not what you're saying. Um I it's very telling that it's Salah that they are using as the scapegoat. There are multiple people that have been underperforming, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple people like Konate has been terrible, right? Konate has been terrible.
Even
Whoever is
even
in that
Van
right
Dijk,
back,
even
eh?
Van Dijk, Van
Even
Dijk
Van
that
Dijk,
they are still playing
yeah,
till
Van
Like,
Dijk
now.
has not been
He
infallible
has
at
not
all.
been informed, but they are
Yeah,
no,
scapegoating Salah like it's all about Salah, and
But
even them
okay,
even taking out Salah, they are still not playing the best. I think honestly, like Slot was just lucky, I guess, for his first
it
win,
was Salah
like
that gave him
the
the
league
lead,
that he won,
and then City had a
because it
real.
was literally Salah that was scoring. It was Salah that was scoring those 9 minute goals. Even even back then, Salah wasn't. He didn't have the highest work rate. He didn't have any of that. But what he had was Salah would deliver. He will give you the goal or the assist, or
or the assist,
he
and
will
but
he's
give you something.
I think I
But
have.
now with everything going on, I'm just looking at their team now. I'm even looking at the structure.
there's
Like
only one player that is void of two, in my opinion, Sha, but
I'll say
one of
two.
I would say one that is void of that is like devoid of any play is Soboslai, right? That's the only player that I can see that okay, this guy has tried. Maybe the keeper too, right? But that's neither here nor there. And the only other player is like for me personally is Chiesa, right? But he's not a starter. I don't know what that guy needs to do to show that like I'm ready to play. Like he is ready to go and play. And I don't know why they keep finding ways to either drop him or not take him on Champions League. I'm like, guy, what's going on here? But everybody in that team has been underperforming. Gravenberg has been on back. How do they keep walking past the midfield? They don't get Barca for the midfield where they check ID. Like everybody just has free access to be going at that back line every time. Like why?
Yeah. I mean,
Why is
Gravenberch
that happening?
played well the last game. He and Soboslai are probably their best players.
Who?
Gravenberch and Soboslai.
Gravenberg
And
has been average. That
no,
is the
he
problem.
has overall, except the past two games. I think he's been good. The past two
Maybe the
games.
past two games, but like he has not been very good this year. He doesn't even come up in conversations again
He hasn't been
anymore.
good overall.
Yeah, he has
But
not been good. So like you're singling out Salah, right? Salah has not had less than 20 GA every year. Like this is a proven system that works. Even in bad Liverpool years, it's a proven system that works. We can all agree he has not played well this season, right?
yeah.
That one is that's inarguable, right? But the fact that he's the one that you scapegoat, like guy, every day of your life, ball must go to Cody Gakpo. Is that the plan? The whole system is going to Cody Gakpo every time. Like, is that what we are doing here? Like, why?
Okay, but to kind of defense slot a little bit, their defense has been affected by injury. The one player they bought is injured. I don't remember his name. And I
Who? Leone.
Leonie
He was
and
meant to be backup for the center backs. Backup. He's not a starter. He wasn't. His
okay,
plan
so
wasn't for him to start.
who you play if you bench Van Dijk?
Go and play Joe Gomez. Let him learn work. Let him go and learn work. Like, I mean, I know I'm being like, what's that word? I'm expressive or whatever. I can't find the word. But he has not been good too. He's not been good too. So why are we holding on to like it's only Salah that's been playing bad? Like,
No, Salah is not the only one that's been
so
off.
why is he the scapegoat?
But they've dropped West for some games because West has been played rubbish. They've dropped
Or why
West
don't you drop Van Dijk? They know they drop captain.
because they probably don't have anybody else that can play
They
to the
can
level
play
of those
Konate
guys.
and Joe Gomez. Why haven't they
Konate,
tried that?
Konate has been horrible. Konate has probably worse than Van Dijk.
No, but why don't they try? Why don't they try? This thing about Van Dijk is so funny, right? Because in football, right? In
Hmm.
football, right, great centre back partnerships. The person that does there are two. There's a dynamic, right, where there's one aggressive defender and there's one that sits back and like you know
Yeah.
assesses, right? The one that the aggressive defender is always the one that looks bad, but Naim they do the work pass. A good example is Terry and Cavallo. Terry will do the last minute clearance off the line, right? But in a settled defense, Cavallo is the one that will go and meet the most dangerous guy. Whether they kill him, whether he collect ball, it no concern anybody. Now Cavallo will first go meet him, right? It's the same thing with Konate. Konate is going to go and meet the most dangerous guy every time, but Van Dijk doesn't. I mean, we all know that Van Dijk has accusations of ducking smoke defensively. Like everybody knows that it's like a running joke. So now,
Van Dijk, Van Dijk has not been good this season. I think he's having to depend a lot on other defenders because of probably his legs are slower than before or whatever. But I think it's harder to drop that back line given that they don't really have like equal quality cover. Even yeah, they don't have cover there. So they have Konate and Van Dijk, regardless of their form they've been playing. They've tried Joe Gomez as right back. He actually didn't do badly at all. So I think we might see that more often. But it's in the front lines where it's probably easier to drop somebody. And Salah is not offering anything defensively, which is a big reason for why he's probably being the scapegoat. I wouldn't say the scapegoat because they've literally dropped other guys too. And I feel like if he didn't come out and do what he did,
Who
he would
did
have
they
played
drop
against
for Cody
Atlanta.
Gakpo now? Who they drop for that side?
They've dropped Cody Gakpo before now.
But who was
They've
playing
dropped.
there?
I mean, Diaz played it back in the days,
So,
but
this season,
this season
who did they drop him for?
they dropped Cody Gakpo for
For
Ekitike or Isak.
to play wing.
Yeah, this last game, no, it's nice. Isak Ekitike playing left wing now.
That's why. See, anything beyond this last game, I'll give
Yeah.
it to you because I did not watch this last game. If
Okay,
that's what happened, right?
and Gakpo has not been bad too. Gakpo has been he's been okay.
Attacker.
He's not been bad, right? Honestly, sorry.
Yes,
He has, but what he has, but he hasn't even been like. I don't think he has been otherworldly. Like I
no,
don't.
you haven't. Yeah, you've never
Yeah,
done.
like I don't think he's beyond dropping. Like in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yeah,
Like
now that one eyed man you go to play. Salah is not offering anything defensively, so he's literally like a minus when he's not scoring.
I I agree with that, but Salah doesn't only score; he's also their best creator too.
Okay, but he's low key been a shadow of himself this
Is it
season.
West that's been a highlight of himself?
But Wirtz has been creating more chances than Salah statistically this season.
What are these mythical chances that you're talking about,
So
man?
we see for
Which
stats.
mythical chances are we seeing here, man?
No, they say he's their most creative player this season. No, that's why I keep seeing on stats pages. So in some ways, I guess he's offering some other thing, even though him too has not been on form and he's been dropped too. Wirtz has been dropped multiple times.
He's been dropped for obvious reasons. My thing is that it's okay if they feel as though that it's time for them to move on from Salah. Let them do it. It makes the league easier for the rest of us, right? It makes it easier for us. We go find our way. They beat you, they go, right? So that's fine.
So
As
you
a
think
person
slot?
that, as a rival fan, let them continue to do it. I'm fine with that.
I mean, imagine like
So you
Salah,
don't think
Liverpool that has no Salah. Like, do you think slot is actually that good to take them?
They are not. It's not good to take them anywhere that max, and that's because of Isaac and Ekitiki, and maybe if Words ever clicks, fourth max.
I honestly think if they really do click all those guys, there will be a problem. If they genuinely,
There's
but I don't think they
Even
will click.
but they all have issues, right? Other than Ekitiki, right? You don't understand that there was a joke that was made by Newcastle fans. You buy phone, you know, buy charger. The phone was Isaac. The charger was randomly Jacob Murphy, right? Like there's a lot of work that Newcastle do or were doing for Isaac. There was a lot of work that the team were doing for him, right? And you come to a team now and they are not really going to be doing that for you. Like this is a big team. Like this is the conundrum that small club team players that come from small clubs who everything goes around them, then they come to big clubs and it's not really the same. Like aka Jack Grealish, right? Where when he was a Villa, all the ball was coming to him. Now you go to City, not saying he wasn't successful, of course he won a treble, but the reason he's in Everton now is because it's not really the same. Like ball can only be going to you in City. There are other quality players that they have to be accounted for. And sorry, it just can't be you like that. So that's what is happening with Isaac now. Can he find his way out of it? I hope he can for his own sake. But I really do feel like if they cut out Salah, they really cut out Salah, their ceiling is fourth. Like
But this version of Salah though, let's not. Salah is it's like 34. I mean, except something happens and he comes back in form, but We're
I
not
say
even
when they
seeing.
cut them off, me, they are
Yeah,
down for
yeah.
let it cut them off.
We're not seeing signs of like this. He might be really done. They should cash it on him. I don't even think anybody can.
Because like they said they had 100 million offer for him during summer. So why won't you cash out? You know
Yeah,
Saudi will be
but anyway, I think it's fair that they dropped him. Honestly, the only thing I'll use to criticize Slot for is if Slot didn't come out as a
I don't
guy.
agree. I don't agree with that comment. Actually, you said you think it's fair. I don't think it's fair.
No, I think dropping him was fair. Like for a couple of games, given his performances the
A
previous.
couple of games maybe, but not like I don't. What they are doing to him is not fair.
No, no, no. But
I don't think
now
that's how you treat. This is the thing, right? When people see the way they treated Trent, right? They treated him like a pariah, like when he was going to Madrid, right? It's
yeah,
always about the club is bigger than the player, right? Then when it's now time to now show backing to the player, that's when you forget. You
well,
now
guy,
start putting numbers.
let me
The
give you a
numbers
point.
that Salah has given Liverpool,
Yeah.
eh, it is fair to say if somebody says that's their greatest ever player, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't be wrong. There's an argument, obviously, Ian Rush. There are
Kenny
many others,
Dalglish.
right? Dalglish, maybe Gerard. I don't even know why his name went. Yeah, no, they came and went, but like this is the time that the club is supposed to show that you are more than a club, right? You are more than just like a name. Like this is the time. It's not working now. Why is it not working now? Let's try you in different positions. Let's try you. Let's try another angle of this attack. Let's. They are not even. They're not experimenting with Salah. They are just dropping him.
They
You
played
don't
this
get it.
guy
Like
for game per game to game
yeah,
to.
because they're playing him in the same position now. They are not trying. They are not trying to work with him. You're not getting what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is the for since you got this guy in 2017, he has overperformed every single time for least how many years. Now, the one time that his thing has dropped, yes, and rightly so, right? His performance, there's no argument about that. This is the time that the club is supposed to show that, okay, you've had our back for years. You've brought us from seventh, eighth, like those times to consistently challenging for the Premier League. And the one less than 6 month spell of him going down, your thing is just drop him and just be done with him. Like
I
that's not
don't think
fair.
they're
I
saying
don't think
Vidori.
I
Okay.
don't think that's fair. I don't think that's how a good club is supposed to be run. Like
Let me
niggas
defend
pays
them.
them when anytime niggas when they bring money, maybe just go. What the fuck is who cares about loyalty? Because that's not how you
Let me
treat
defend them
players.
small. They gave this guy last season he balled the hell out. Egyptian king,
He
blah blah.
balls the hell out every
They-
season, not just last season,
okay,
every
yes,
year.
yes, and they rewarded
You know
him
they play FPL. Who did your
400. He
FPL
gave me
for
400k.
the past 5 6 years? Who has been your FPL more than anybody?
I understand, but I can't. You can't come as Salah's performance for Liverpool. That was without doubt. He's
His
arguably.
performance was below par, but it's not zero.
No, I'm saying for the past couple of seasons, he's been legendary. But I'm saying, okay, yeah, they rewarded him 400k. All the adulations, all the respect of Liverpool fans, everybody loved him. Like, but this season specifically,
The 400k that they were delaying on.
they still,
Why are you making it seem that they just gave him like that?
but they
They were
still gave it
delaying
to
on it.
him, though.
Like they didn't fully agree to give him this money.
With your point, I 100% agree with Trent more than this specific case. Trent's own that was rubbish, but this specific case now, this season has
Why
started
is Trent rubbish, but this one is not?
because Trent has done every possible thing for Liverpool, and he wanted to leave. Of course, let him leave. Let him
What
leave.
has Salah has done? Not every possible thing for
He has
Liverpool
done
also.
everything for Liverpool, but
Yeah, so then what's the
no,
difference
he's
here?
not playing
And
well.
he doesn't want to go. This one is not even a matter of him trying
No,
wanted to leave. This one, he wants to be here.
no, they're
He
not
wants to
asking him
help
to
the club
leave.
out of this thing that they are in.
They're not asking him to leave, but he's part of the problem. Why he's not playing well in his position. Sobo's lie. So Sobo's lie that is playing in his position right now is playing better than him.
There
And
is no level that Sobos lie will reach in football, right? In that position,
yeah,
that will be what Salah has done 3 seasons ago.
that's Salah 3 seasons ago. But Salah
Right.
now,
Even now, right? You are more. It is better for you to find a solution for Salah in this position than to bank on Sobos lies, whatever run of form here now.
come on,
Like
come on, come on.
you're basically saying basically saying, right, I always they give you 6/10, right? Okay, me and you we day school. I always they get 10/10, 9/10, right? I know they go below 9. You always give 6-7, 6-7, 6-6-6 consistently, right? Then the school is now like, then once 1 year I dropped to 5, and you did 6-7, right? Would you not? The way I think it's best for the school to help me to get back to 8 or 9 than to consistently wait on you, who will never give me a 9/10. You
Nah,
someone who I
but
will almost never give Liverpool
that
that
is
nine over
5
ten.
over 10 after 11 games is risking slot job. Why not? And a player that is not even a real right winger is performing better than a whole Salah.
What is performing better, brother?
I
My
mean, he
brother, please.
lost
What's
this last game. He
no,
was the
no.
man of the match.
I really need to know what it is, because these goals and assists, they are not coming.
All the
Like, how many goals
penalty
and
in the
assists is he
88
giving
minutes.
on that right wing?
But
He's
Yeah,
not
he's
making
not.
that much of an impact on that right
yeah.
wing.
Like, I
No,
don't know. I
he's
don't
been a
know
man of
what
the match.
this performing better you're using. I think you're using like raw score
Got
numbers
the
when they are
penalty.
very negligible.
No, Soboslai has been their best player this season so far,
Yeah,
without
but
doubt.
it's because he's been the one that has not played shit the most, not because he's the one consistently giving them goals, assists, saving them when
He
they are
scored a
losing.
free kick to win Arsenal.
Guy, that was in guy. That time we they even do summer party. That was in September, guy. Like, that
No,
was
but
when.
but
We're in
but
Christmas
Salah
time now.
Salah
See,
Salah this season.
I think my problem is that the guys that you're using to say that are better or performing better, it is very, very marginal. Like, it is like
No, see, even
it is
if
like one assist
I don't
more
think it's
than Salah
marginal,
or one
that
goal more than Salah. None
we
of them
also
are performing well. Let's be clear.
yes
Nobody is performing well at all. Not even the Sobos lie. He's okay. He's just the best of a bad bunch.
yes,
He's
and
not
you
even.
can't not play the best of the bad bunch.
I'm
Uh,
not asking for them to remove
Okay,
Sobos lie. No, I'm not. I'm not saying.
exactly. And what's his name again? Salah
Okay,
for
you're mute.
all.
You're talking, but you're mute.
Oh, is Ope talking? Okay,
I know. I just they talk for background. They chat they
Oh,
go.
see, Salah for all his heroics, he has not shown that this season. And then when he's not giving all those goals and assists to me, and clearly to and it's to his -1. He's literally a negative on the pitch.
that's fair.
So
In
so why
defense,
why can you
yeah,
how why persist with him after playing up to 10, 11, 12 games? At some point, no matter who you are, you deserve to be dropped. Even if you're Messi, if you're not doing anything right now,
I
I
think
beg.
that the club is better suited to find a solution, maybe positionally or style of or how they are playing
Yeah,
with Salah, because you've seen the heights that he can go when
mhm,
things are working for him.
that's
Than
fair.
for, than for you to say drop him. Like, for instance, right? Salah doesn't beat defenders anymore on the wing like
Mhm,
that. Like, that's obvious. So you benching him for like 3-4 games, it's not going to change that. He's no longer that player anymore. Are you getting what I'm saying?
mhm.
Right? It is in your best interest as the club to find other ways to accommodate Salah in this new age or role or whatever it is that you're doing. Because benching Salah for 5 games is not going to make him beat the next left back in the Premier League. He's not doing that anymore. So, like,
Mhm.
there's no, you're saying, like, oh, yeah, he deserves to be benched. No, like, if you bench him and bring him back, it's not going to change that.
You mean
I'm
and
saying
try
that
no,
the club should probably work to find a new solution, because this is a world class player, right? And he hasn't lost all his juice. He has lost a step, yes, but I think the club is best suited to either, right? If they don't really want him again, maybe they cash out. That's fine, right? But probably find a solution for him, because he's still the best finisher in the club. He's still the best finisher in the club. Why not
let's
adjust for
let's
inflation?
consider AFCON is coming. They need to learn to play without him. So I'm pretty sure that also played into the decision making of
That
an club.
didn't play into the decision at all. That
I'm
didn't
pretty
play.
sure like they are trying to
That didn't
figure
play.
out ways to play
Everything that
without
they
him.
did was based off form. Even if AFCON was coming, right, and man, you know that Mbeumo is going to go, shouldn't they be benching him by now so that they will learn how to
AFCON,
play without him?
AFCON, he's 34. He's not been playing well.
34 no be 40 years old. That 34
And
is
he's
30
he's
years
not been
like
playing
30.
well.
Like,
Also,
so
one more
so
thing.
so football, right? I think
Amorim.
this
Yeah.
34 thing is overblown. Players right now take care of themselves a lot. Salah doesn't smoke. He doesn't have a bad lifestyle. He doesn't drink, right? He's like basically on the Ronaldo mode in terms of like taking care of himself, right? So that 34 you're talking about, he hasn't just automatically become a bomb. He doesn't fall off a cliff. You only fall off a cliff if your lifestyle is some way. He's not like that. He has lost a step with age, of course. But I'm saying that he doesn't just automatically 34, he's dead. How old is Van Dijk? Is Van Dijk 25?
Yeah, but if I'm pretty sure they have someone that you can
How old is Van
that is
Dijk?
as
Van
good
Dijk
as
has the
Van
same
Dijk.
thing too now.
In
So
this
why are they not
situation,
benching
though,
him?
it's not
They don't
like
have anybody else.
they are benching Salah for like Chiesa or something. I understand that. The fact that he's switching up his formation and now playing Szoboszlai on the wing, trying to play 4-4-2, I still think part of it is he doesn't have it figured out, and they are just making Salah to be the scapegoat. Because honestly, even if you look at the
Yes.
previous seasons where Salah did well, like last season, I initially didn't have Salah on my FPL, but it's like typical Salah. When he starts off in the season, he doesn't start off the best, but then once you enter like 4 or 5 games, he starts to pick up. I thought that was the same issue in this season, but obviously not. And then they started benching the guy. But I'm just like, it's more to it than just benching Salah. If you are going to bench the non-performance, you should bench McAllister, you should bench Salah, you should bench Van Dijk too, in my opinion. But if you're now trying to just scapegoat Salah and make it seem like, oh, like because he's not dropping back, or Salah never used to track back in defense before. Salah's thing was to cut in and finesse and score. It's just now that he's not just scoring the chances that he's shooting, and that's why, oh my God, Salah is dropping off. It's not like he's not still
I
getting
think
those
that's big.
chances. He's just missing them. But Salah typically wasn't the work rate guy. Salah's own is just to camp around. He will still get his goals. Even the goals that he was getting last season, some of them were not the most crucial goals. It's when Liverpool would be 3-1 up, 3-0 up. Salah would do go and score the fourth one. So just trying to make it seem like it's Salah is a stretch. Even now that they've dropped him, they are still not playing at their best. So is Salah really just the problem? Or is there a bigger problem there?
This one people are saying trying to make it seem like a Salah. He's not the first person they are dropping. He's not the first person they are benching. They
Can I
bench
say
many
something?
guys. Yes, I can. You can go.
My bad for being late, man. I'm happy to be back here, man. Just to listen to you guys talk about football. Yeah, your different ideas and takes is really, really refreshing for real. Can you guys hear me? Am I loud enough?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. This Liverpool issue, man. It's so funny that I'm trying to even work on getting someone like a proper Liverpool fan at my job to talk about the Liverpool issue properly. You understand? But for me, my quick one on this Salah issue is first of all, the popular and the old saying that starts with, go when the ovation is the highest or the loudest. Is it the highest that they say? When the ovation is the highest, first of all, right? And I'm sticking on that because we saw it whereby last season you've won it all. You understand? You've won the Champions League for Liverpool, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So crying all up, you won the Premier League, right? Arnold left. You understand? We know Robertson is leaving this season. Van Dijk might leave next season. Like I just feel like the perfect time was just that last season when the Saudi clubs were coming for you. You know, have a good farewell with Liverpool fans and just call it a day. Okay, now that didn't happen, right? Now you're in the new season, and mind you, guys, it looks like the way all of us take handle grief is different, and I don't know the way he's handled the Diogo Jota loss. If that might be playing a factor in his performance, so I don't know, maybe or maybe not. Now that's one. Secondly, okay, yes, he's not playing well. Let's not sugarcoat anything. Africans or not Africans, black, white, or purple, Salah is not playing well. What is Salah? When you say Salah is playing? What do you think of? Like Okbe earlier stated, is playing well is in front of goal, get the ball, beat his man, make an assist, score the goal. That is Salah. If you check his stats last season, it didn't track back last season. It didn't track back under club. I don't know when last the guy who used to track back. It doesn't track back. His boys like give him the ball on counter, I will beat you, get an assist and get the goals, get the assists and get the numbers. He did it for Liverpool last season. He got the numbers for them, and it was highly crucial and pivotal in them winning the league. This season, holistically, they are bad, and it's not just Salah, right? It's unfair to say it's just Salah, but the fact is, what is Liverpool being bad entails this season? They are conceding goals. You understand? They are leaking in goals. No matter how bad, no matter how good they want to play this season, for some reason collectively they are conceding goals. McAllister is not playing well. Gravenberch is not the one we knew last season. For some reason, Van Dijk and Konate are not with that synergy anymore. Konate had the early transfer of Real Madrid having interest in him. Could that have played a factor in him not being at his best this season? We don't know. Van Dijk, is it the age factor? Is it 31 or 32 now? Is that playing a factor also? We don't know. Now the two fullbacks of that they got used to of Arnold and Robertson, you know, they are not there. And you know, when you're a defender, there's a unit you play with that you're used to. Arnold has left, and you know the way Arnold complimented Salah too. Let's not forget that part. You know, Salah knew that okay, when I go here, Arnold will find me. When I go to the middle, Arnold will find me. Now that person is not there no more. Robertson is we know is at his almost to leave stage. So I feel like if we put all those factors and community together, that is part of Liverpool just leaking goals. Now they are leaking goals. What's the first try you think of when the team is leaking goals like that? Is the attackers. Of all the attackers you have seen, Ekitike is doing his business, is getting the goals at least here or there. Gakpo is you are seeing Gakpo dropping it in once or twice or thrice in a game, or let's say like in weeks to the game. But when you look at Salah, guys, let's be realistic here. I have watched Liverpool's game this season against Chelsea. I watched it against which one they played that I was like, what's this guy playing? Was it who did they play that I was watching? I can't remember now, but I know I've watched like two games of him, and I'm like, this guy is trying doing nothing. It's just hold the ball turn and pass back. Is not offensively, is not adding numbers. Defensively, is not there. So let's just put defensive because we know that yes, defensively, good or bad, Salah is not there. Last season it wasn't there. So this year, let's pick on offensively. Offensive that when the team needs you offensively, is not giving numbers. So literally, you are -1. The team are literally playing with 10 men when time Salah plays. Let's stop all this. Let's stop these scapegoats. Stop all this because they cannot say a black player leading. Let's put this one. Let's African. Let's talk football now. Offensively, this guy is not giving numbers. That's the fact. Who is the guy they rely up to for the numbers? Is you. And right now, you're not giving numbers. Now the team is leaking goals. So now, what's the first job that an assistant want to do? First things first. You can literally tell right now it's not even thinking of anything concerning tactics right now and it's slots. What it's trying to do is just to, balance the ship somewhat and let's play safe and reduce the amount of goals. Because once you stop reducing the goals and you stop conceding goals, now you start boosting the team's confidence little by little. And that's the first stage right now. And if you look at the game against Liverpool, they were playing really safe. Look at the game against Leeds. They tried to come out and play. When they came out to play, they still need goals. So now the fact is, let's not even play anymore. Let's just conserve. Let's get a clean sheet and let's build on it. They tried it against the last game where they played Soboslai on the right, and they didn't lose. They considered but they didn't lose against Real Inter against Inter. They played Soboslai on the right. They didn't lose. They had a clean sheet. You understand? So let's focus on that first of all before we start talking about the king of Liverpool dropping him, this one that. Nah, the fact
Wait.
is the team is the, what you say?
Let's think about it. I hear what you're saying, but I still think what Sam says is everything are tactic, and what you're describing is just the tactic he chose. He could figure out another tactic where he could get the best out of Salah. What went?
Now
What what was the reason Salah was producing? Like, is the kind of opportunities. Maybe he needs to be shifting into just one angle a little more because there's one pass or a certain way to play him. Like, he's a world class player. Even if he loses his speed, they fall off cliff like that. Like Ronaldo had to adjust, but then maybe because he had a manager who could help him figure out how to do it. Maybe Slot is inept and he's just trying different things and he's just trying, okay, maybe this one will work, maybe this one will not work. But to him, working might not be, this might just be the results he will keep getting because he's not really
me
figuring it out. Maybe there's something he
me
needs
pers-
to do with Salah that he hasn't tried.
me personally, I don't really think. I hear you and I agree with you. And like you mentioned Ronaldo 34, 35 now, but Ronaldo is not playing in the big league. He's playing in Saudi. Messi 34, 33 is not playing in the big league. He's playing in MLS. All the Salah, is it 34, 32? I don't know. Martinez. Now, should Slots try to play Salah like a supporting striker or like a striker or like an eight? I don't know. That's up to Slots. Like we saw what Mourinho did with Ronaldo. Even though when everyone had to speak, it took him from a winger to a nine. And even if you think that really helped Ronaldo in the long run of his career, if you understand, because now it was doing less running. It's just now give me the ball and I score. Should slots do that? That's on slots. So tactically, I can understand you if I think Slot is being lazy to try it, maybe. But right now, the team is collectively bad. Like right now, the team's confidence is in question. Is one thing if you're losing, let's say out of form, you win today, lose tomorrow, draw the next one, win, lose, draw. Now, that's a form issue. But now I can tell the team is collectively bad. Like any team they play, back in the days they play Liverpool, you have to be at your A game. Right now, be in the game. Just be in the game, you pick a point.
See,
As
I'm
best.
a Man U fan. You don't need to.
At worst. What you say?
I said, I'm a Man U fan. You don't need to tell me. I know how it feels.
Yeah, like so I feel like right now Slot is not even thinking of anything concerning tactics right now. He just wants to get the team back to that confidence level. Like, okay, now we can now build on something. Maybe that's the plan moving forward. But from Salah's interview, when he said him and the coach that relationship is bad, I think it's a wrap. I think it's done for. You understand? I just don't like when I start hearing bringing the points of like what Karaga was trying. No, not Karaga, but other pundits when they were talking about because he's black, they find a scapegoat. I don't think it's I don't think it's a scapegoat issue. I don't think it's a scapegoat African issue. I just think it's just right now he's not delivering the goods offensively, and they want to just get the team to a safe haven somewhat where they can build on something. That's what me I think it is, man.
Do you also know something though? When I know people are I know Sam mentioned about like
Was
the
I saying black all along? Take it back. African. I said black. Shit.
I don't nobody even brought up race here to be fair. But I know Sam said something about like about he hates here when people say the club is nobody bigger than the club. Low key, but is that not true? First of all, who is the club? The club is basically the fans, the players, the manager, the board, everybody. I don't think even if he was the owner of the club,
But
one owner,
that's what we grew up to know.
yeah,
We
one
grew up to
owner,
we grew up to believe that. I mean, I grew up to see the club as the the owner, the coach, and the fans. That's what I grew up to see.
and the
The
players too.
owner, Alex Ferguson, and the fans. Abramovich, Mourinho, and the fans. Right now, no, not anymore. The owner, club of directors, board of trustees, chairman. Like there are so many, sub departments in the club now. The club is literally bigger than that. There are so many investments in. There's so many. Like who even owns Chelsea? We don't even know anymore.
No,
I'm
what,
seeing. I'm
what
hearing
I'm trying
Bluetooth.
to
I'm
say
hearing.
is that
My point is there are so many. Like and that's it forever. That's like a lifelong standing rule. No matter who you are, the club is always bigger than the player. You understand? So no matter what, and football is always about the present. I've noticed about football. Look at Ronaldo. You'll be surprised, even when Ronaldo had his issue with Amorim, you'll be surprised. Some fans they were against Ronaldo that
being
period.
Ten
You'll be
Hag,
surprised. You'll be surprised. If Messi had stayed as Barcelona and they were not winning, some fans would turn on Messi. Football is the now, is the present. Sunday Olise was a darling for Nigeria. When NFF did the agenda, some fans were against Olise. Just now that people are trying to apologize to Olise. Why? Because football is about now. It's a presence game. And look at me. As of yesterday, Maresca was the best coach in the world. Today, you cannot mention Maresca to some Chelsea fans. They will fight you. They will literally fight you. So football is about the now. What can you give us now? The points. You understand? Look. 5 years ago, if you mention Ateta to Chooks, it's a sniper. You want to kill him.
no,
Headshot. But right now, I can bet you that this same Chooks will lead to Ateta fair poison to his father. You understand? It's a matter of it's a now game. That's how I say it, man. So no matter it's just fans are going to turn on you if you're not delivering. And let's be for real, Salah right now is just not delivering, and
Like,
that's just my own personal opinion.
yeah. I agree with what you're saying, Sha. Like, yeah, player club, nobody's bigger than the club. By the end of the day, from the way this thing is playing out, this whole saga is playing out, if it ends up being that they fire Slot, then it would, in hindsight, we'll be able to see. Because even when the whole Ten Hag Ronaldo saga was going on, It was, oh, most people were hitting on Ronaldo then, and they were like, oh, it's Ronaldo's fault. And I'm like, bro, you cannot tell me it's just this one player's fault, bro. You trying to put the whole blame on, oh, saying, oh, Salah is not playing well. Yeah, Salah is not playing well. A bunch of other people are not playing well. Back then, they were saying, oh, Ronaldo was trash, And then Ronaldo left. And then they saw what trash really was. And after Ronaldo left, you saw that the problem
Ah,
was not
God.
Ronaldo. It was a lot more things. So all these ones that they are trying, Salah, Salah this, Salah that. I'm like, at the end of the day, this Salah that I know, yes, is older. But this typical Salah that I knew from the jump, from when I used to pick him in FPL last season, 2 seasons ago, it wasn't, even when we are even saying he's contributing in goals, Liverpool as a collective, it wasn't just even Salah that was scoring the goal. I would say Luis Diaz used to score a lot of goals. And even who was I guess Gakpo too used to contribute in the goals. So it's like, it wasn't just, oh, Salah was delivering the goals and now he's not delivering. The goals that Salah was even delivering last year, to be honest, if I'm not sure, let me not, don't quote me on this, but most of his goals were not just the crucial goals. His goals were like add-on goals, like I said. So they will already score one or
I
two.
think I think they were crucial though. 'Cause I know it was in top. I think it was in top five goal scorers of the season last season. I know it was in top
Top
five,
five goal scorers doesn't mean when I say I'm
and
saying
even
like
assists too. So I know it was really crucial.
the time when he's scoring, that's what I mean. So he's probably
No
not
Gakpo
the
scored
only
many winning
person
goals.
that will score in the game, but he will add on to the
Obviously,
goal.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if Diaz should score the first goal, Salah will come and pop another one. You always know Salah has a goal
Yeah,
shot.
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
what it's not just a just Salah thing. Other people in the team need to contribute, and yeah, and that's just my own thing. I wasn't even talking about like from a race perspective, whether or not he's African. Nah, that one I yans, but we can move on. We've tried about Liverpool for a while, so
yeah. We've tried.
I mean, I know I was late, but just to add, I think this might pretty much add more fire to the fuel, or more fuel to the fire actually. Last season I was asking, and I'm gonna, your guys stay tuned, man. I'm gonna try to bring my colleagues, the Liverpool fan, and go and talk more about it.
Mm-hmm.
But last season we saw, I was asking my friend, I'm like, what's making this Liverpool team? Are they actually the best team in the land as of last season? Like, what is Arne Slot's style of play? I couldn't really pinpoint it last. Even I couldn't pinpoint it last night this season. I don't know his style of play. I don't know what he's trying to do. You understand? So I don't know, man. So let's see how the season unfolds. But yeah, we can move on to the next topic.
Let's go on to Arsenal versus Club Brugge. Obe, where these guys and their cameras go?
oh, am I back?
But I watched Arsenal versus Bruges, and the scoreline. This, to be honest, I think the scoreline in some ways flatters us, because watching the game, I see that same defensive issues that were obvious during the Villa match were kind of still there, in terms of we are conceding more chances than than I'm comfortable with as an Arsenal fan. I like the best thing about the game. I'm pretty sure, but like similar as well, is seeing the kind of goal Madueke and Martinelli scored. As an Arsenal fan, I'm being honest. I'm not used to seeing individual goals. It's not, maybe besides maybe Saka once in a while, but like seeing a player like take take the ball from deep, take on players, run straight at goal, and just put it in the top bins. That was like a breath of fresh air, and that kind of like makes me feel more like, confident going forward. I still, my mind goes back to that Bayern game from a couple of seasons back, where it just felt like we needed someone who could do that. And the fact that Madueke was able to do that, and you could see Martinelli felt challenged. He was like, you think you're the only one that can, you see somebody if you run this thing, and he also picked up the ball, scored an individual goal as well. I can't remember when last. That's not the kind of goal Martinelli scored. Maybe like once in his career or so. Like I haven't seen him do that in a long time. Maybe when he first came up to the scenes earlier, when he first joined us now. Like I remember one I think it was a Fulham game where he scored from a similar angle, but it's not a goal you typically see him score. And my player of the match was probably Zubimendi. He was so good. He was so good. I think he had like six key passes, six created chances, six I think he won the ball back 6 times or whatever. But his stats were amazing in that game. He was the definition of metronome in that game. Like I also think it had to do with the midfield trio. Marina and Odegaard. I think that gave him more license to go forward because usually when he plays with Rice and stuff, he has to stay back because Rice likes bombing forward, and it's the same as Eze. They like going much forward, so I think he feels compelled to stay back. But with Merino and Odegaard, I think maybe he felt some kind of the midfield three almost looked like PSG's midfield three, where you had like three technically gifted players operating. Like you're not even sure who's the six or who's the eight. So there was a lot of fluidity. You could see Zubimendi popping up further up the pitch. Sometimes Odegaard will go deep and give those line breaking passes from deep. Zubimendi will just the assist he gave to Madueke came from the left wing. That's literally Martinelli's spot. So he was really really good, and he was probably out of all the three midfielders was the one taking the most risks passing wise. So he had a very very good performance. In Kapie was someone I was also impressed with. Looks like individually, he looks like a kind of defender you would hate to come up against. It seems like a very almost like a yeah, very Gabrielli. He's literally he's the real life deputy. Like they are very similar. South American, aggressive, and everything. Like he has all those qualities. I think if he plays together a lot with even if he's Saliba or wherever, he's going to become a very very good defender for us now. Also, shout out to Nogard for stepping in my centre back. That threw me off. I did not expect to see that at all. I did not expect to see Nogard play centre back, and he was decent. He was decent. He was pretty decent, honestly. But the Malo Salmon was it? Came in, had a decent game.
The 16-year-old boy.
Yeah, he had a decentish game. Probably has a big. I don't think Arsenal produces that many like defenders in Haaland for some reason. Because most times all we see is that attackers who become defenders, like Ashley Cole, and Miles Kelly, who's actually a midfielder. But I don't think we produce like raw defenders like that end up
Like is
being.
he a centre back?
He plays a right back. Okay, he was decent. The last time I saw oh yeah, I remember he took me back to when I saw Gil Clichy on his debut. Oh my gosh, he looks terrible. I was very worried. But he ended up having a decent career. But yeah, Salmon was decent. Arsenal scored 3 goals, clean sheet. So all is well with the world, I guess.
I mean, we knew that. I told you that. You guys, I don't know why people are still playing that Champions League group stage. You guys have qualified already. It's like robotic Arsenal again under Arsene Wenger. You just know that no matter how bad you'll get top four, and they've showed you that. Adata has proven that no matter how bad we're going to qualify from the Champions League. Group 8 is sure, no stress. You understand, no pressure. The real game will start by is it February, March, or is it when is January? Is it January?
No, I
This
think
new format, I don't understand it.
I think the next couple of games for the league phase will be in January.
I mean the knockouts time.
Knockouts might come
February,
February, March.
February, March.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when the real football will start. I'll just speak about individual play. I didn't watch the match. I just watched like 1 or 2 highlights here and there. If there's anybody that will talk about Madrid, it's me.
Mm.
Because it's a player that no. When I talk about Madueke, I get so many like side eye from Chelsea fans. And my thing is, I like that. I like the player. He's a good player. There's a player there. You understand? But the problem with Madueke is he picks and chooses when he wants to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only issue with Madueke. He picks and he chooses when he wants to play. You understand? Like last season, we saw it against Wolves, against Liverpool. Against Liverpool at the home game against Liverpool. When he says he wants to play, it's like the best player on the pitch. That's
Mm.
his problem. But his problem is not the word consistency. He's not consistent. It will sell you a dream, but you won't see the reality of that dream. That's Madueke for you. It will give you that vibe like he's a bad guy. Because he has the skill that he can beat his man. He can beat his man. He has is somewhat is pacey. You understand? On the ball is not bad. He's pacing on the ball. You
Yeah.
understand? And the boy is a confident young man. He can finish. The boy can finish. You can tell he wants to be that guy. But the fact is like I said, it's like an illusion with him. Like it doesn't ever comes out to be a reality, and that's what I'm saying. Arsenal fans don't get carried away with Madueke, man. Let him give you that consistency before you start talking about him. But if it's all this one or two patchy games here and there against Club Brugge, against 10 minutes, 15 minutes against Bayern Munich, that is Madueke. That's Madueke for you. It will give you games. It will whine you. It will make you feel good. You understand? I don't want to shake one table now. This is
So
about
you say
Atlanta.
he's not consistent. What do
Send
you think?
It's
Chelsea
just not
another
consistent,
50
man.
million for
It's just not
Madueke.
consistent.
I don't know why Chelsea fans are hating. Send Chelsea another 50 million for Madueke. He's a star boy.
For
He's
this live, my guy. See, for this live, my guy. Okay, they hear me, but for this live, just get good agents, get good PR. You see, for this live, just see if you have a good PR, you can make it in life. No matter what they say about you, just have a good PR team that will just twist it.
but
If the devil
honestly,
had a
so
good
are you
PR with
saying
you, see the
Madueke's
devil.
PR was better or worse before joining Arsenal, or like I'm trying to just better understand.
Madueke's plan very simple. Yeah, he's playing for Chelsea, one of the biggest club in London. Anybody will listen to the agent.
Fair,
That's true.
but when we initially
Anybody,
signed
agent.
Madueke, if I'm being honest, when we initially signed Madueke, I was very against that deal. I was one of the people shouting that we wasted our money because I'd seen Madueke in Chelsea, and I was like, bro, there are better people that we can buy for Arsenal, like for that price point. But looking at
So
Madueke now,
yeah, and if you even ask Arsenal fans, you guys will tell me you can't tell me that there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games like I said, okay, Madueke was a baller. Okay, yes, he was injured, but even the first game I watched him against Liverpool that you guys lost, Kekes had him under control. That
mm,
game, if you remember that game vividly, he had him under control properly. Yes, I will tell you that for free. I watched that game. Yes, you understand. So
so
don't get
I
carried away,
get what you're
carried away with
saying
Madueke.
from a Chelsea point of view, but now when you look at Chelsea, so you guys sold Madueke to us for 50 million, right? And who did you
Yeah,
replace him with Gittins? So, in my opinion, right now, like with Gittins or
I would say
Garnacho,
Estaval.
or I guess Esteval right wing, yeah. But
I'll say Estaval
having
right wing. Yeah,
Madueke as a substitute, I would take him over having, I don't know, I guess maybe not
it's a good
Esteval.
bench. No, no,
But
it's
I
a
would,
good bench. But I'm
so
saying
that's where I'm coming from. If I'm for me to see Madueke coming off the bench for Arsenal, like for Saka as his replacement, is a breath of fresh air to Arsenal fans. Especially now seeing what he's delivering in terms of like being able to take players on, because that's not something we're used to. Like, Madueke is the kind of person that he will drive at you. He will always shoot, regardless of what is happening. Me, I'm more of an attacking player. So all this pass. Yeah, I like when Arsenal plays beautiful game, but I like the shooters. And I mean, Madueke is not the best shooter, but the fact that he's always confident to shoot and he takes on the ball every time. Man, I'm fucking with it. I can't lie. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Send
mean,
Chelsea
I
another
mean,
50 million.
when it rains, it pours, man. Right now that it's pouring, enjoy it, have a good time, but don't get carried away with it. As for you guys, season the Champions League, I mean, it's pretty much it's a wrap right now, man. I told you, troops, like you guys are done with the Champions League group stage. I've qualified. That was just like a change of environment kind of setting, like go on vacation. After the loss to Aston Villa, rejuvenate yourself, get back to winning ways, get back to your no shot on target, clean sheet FC, no shot on target FC, 3 points FC, you understand. And I like it. When I saw Noga, I'm like, wow, I was surprised to see Noga because I'm like, this guy is actually a baller. I think it was from Brentford. It's a very, very good. I think it was the captain in Brentford. I'm correct. He's a
Yeah.
baller. You understand? So you guys are having a good time right now, barring the not I won't say the surprise loss, but the expected loss against Aston Villa. You understand? But yeah, that's my take on Arsenal, man. It was an easy game for you guys. You guys are going to win now. I knew that the firepower that you guys have now will surely kill Club Brugge. You understand? So I don't have anything much to say about that game. I just feel like it was a good 3 points, good away for you guys. Get your win and then get on to the next one.
Yeah, I don't think Bruges. If I remember, I watched that game in Barcelona 3-3. So I'm actually surprised it didn't score. Well, Ope, what do you think about the game?
Yeah, I mean, barring like I guess I've given my take on Madueke. Overall, I think the team played well. they were able to like keep the clean sheet, not concede too many. I mean, they did concede chances, which is something I'm still worried about. Like, it's clear from playing Norgard as a centre back. I don't think we have that depth yet, and I'm still honestly scared for the future because it's like, Ateta did say like even Mosquera's injury is worse than he thought, and apparently he will be out for longer. So it's like still clear that we have that defensive instability at this point in time. Nkapia is very good, I think, and that is to show like the fact that they even protected him. Like when we went 3 goals up, they subbed the guy out and put Calafiori back in there. But at some point in the game, all of us like our two centre backs, both of them were no, we didn't have any true centre back in that game, and that is still like a very big worry for me. Like how we are going to play the more difficult games because Club Blue, I mean, even though they played in the Champions League, they play well. I still don't think they are as tough as the other opponents that we'll probably meet later down.
No, no fact.
So, and I think for me, Sha, the biggest takeaway was just being able to see Gabriel Jesus back, and it seemed like he had even way of a better game, honestly, than Gyökeres, which is kind of scary because I'm like someone that's coming back from injury and it's looking like he's even playing better with the team. I mean, I know Gabriel Jesus and Madueke, Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli, sorry, they have that Brazilian connection. So I even expect more of Martinelli now, like if Gabriel Jesus is playing with him. So what does that leave for Gyökeres, where it's like he doesn't really seem to have built any real chemistry with any of the players, and like individually he's not delivering like the normal Gyökeres we expected. So it's like I'm interested to see how that will play out. But overall, I think yeah, Teta did his thing with the man management, and he was able to get like the right people like playing Norgard as centre back, and he did play well in that game and doing the rotations. Merino also moving from striker to midfield. And he played exceptionally in that midfield too. So
Mhm.
overall, yeah, good game, expected win, and yeah.
First, anyway, I think let's move on to City versus Madrid, the game that apparently was supposed to decide Alonso's future. Yeah, that game was very end to end. I guess in some ways we also probably learned that at least to a good extent, I guess Alonso still has the support of most of his players, maybe not all, but at least most of them, because they played like they didn't want him to get sacked. Because I mean they lost the game, but they started pretty well. That was probably one of their best performances of the season so far, in my opinion. They basically started off going for City. And you could still see City does have still a lot of defensive deficiencies. It's very, very easy to get at their wing backs for some reason. I mean, they are good at going forward, but it's easy to get behind them. Rodrigo scored first. City took control of the game eventually. Paris still got their chances. It was almost like a basketball-ish game. I'm actually surprised that there weren't more goals in it. But you know, yeah, City won. And in my opinion, the way Madrid performed, thinking about all the media stuff that was going on about Alonso getting sacked, I was like, I know Madrid is a weird club, but like, if he's going to get sacked after this game, why not just sack him based on with the game they lost in the weekend at the end of the day? So why wait for City? At the end of the day, so we don't know where the media is getting their information from. But I mean, I still think his job is under pressure. But yeah, sacking him after this game, after their performance, I think that would have been weird. So I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Apparently, they still have to meet. The board still has to meet. But I doubt they sack him just based on the fact that they performed well. And I know they lost, and it might
The
seem a bit
goals,
weird
the
now
goals
because
came from the goals came from mistakes now.
the
For
goals the goals they conceded.
Yeah, the goals that City scored came from individual errors now.
Yeah,
From
but they still lost, and they still Madrid.
that, but if you these are the kind of things that will take you back into the wilderness of football. I don't think if you watch that game fully and you sack Alonso, I'm like, that's a bit
Yeah, I agree with
that's
you.
a bit too premature. Like in my opinion, that's a bit too premature. Like they didn't perform they performed okay. They weren't bad, and one or two things going their way in that game it would have been different. So I don't know if sacking him now would be the best. But again, it's Madrid. What do I know? I'm just a fan.
Yeah, and I mean, Rodrigo finally scored after what seems like years now at this point. Mbappe didn't play, so maybe if Mbappe had played, who knows? Maybe they would have won. Like that was a big miss. But Vinny flattered to deceive at points. Actually, I felt like
Like he's lost his magic.
yeah, like this was the game where okay, if you feel like they are taking the team away from you, this was the perfect game to show that this was still your team. Like to actually take the bull by the horn and win Madrid the game that saves Alonso's job. This. It looked like the stage was set for him to actually ball out, and he didn't. Really, he didn't. So yeah, there is news that he's not signing his contract, so it's very possible that Vinicius could be playing for a different club later.
I'm hearing Saudi. I'm hearing Saudi next season, which would be really weird if you ask me.
I feel like he's still too young for
Age
Saudi.
is still too young to go to Saudi, but hey, football, the game is gone now, right?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't see him going to Saudi at this age, but we'll see.
But I mean, think about it. Like Madrid is the epitome of any of European clubs in the world of football.
Mhm.
If after Madrid, what else? It's pretty much Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, and then you end up at where the Madrid after Madrid. What else? It's MLS or Saudi after Madrid. If you ask me,
Arsenal.
which are
Why you laughing?
I know you were like psych after you said that.
Don't worry.
Ah, but the Madrid game though, I didn't really see much of the game. To be honest with you guys, I was busy with work. I watched the ending part of the game and I also listened to what Terry Henry had to say, and he really emphasized on the Madrid performance, how they performed that day. You know, I think who stood out for me was this boy, the fullback Carreras.
Carreras.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this guy is actually a baller. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing about him. I'm like, I've not really watched him like that. But when I was listening, I was paying my attention to him. Like even without the ball, with the ball, I'm like, this guy understands. He understands the game somewhat. You understand? And also, like you mentioned, missing out on Mbappe and other key players. Uh, who else again? The name is Arnold. You know, Valverde is having a good season. And Vinicius, like you said, transfer saga in his brain. Rodrigo is just pretty much just trying to find his form and his feet with Alonso and Co. You understand? But the thing is, Alonso is trying to take like some reform at the club to change to give them a new style of play. It's Madrid fans are the most like they're just like Chelsea fans pro max. They want it now. They don't believe that there's no their own process is Champions League and El Clasico. That's their own choice of process. If you cannot win the Champions League and El Clasico, please, thank you, bye, see you later. You understand? And that's why Zidane knew it and he did it and he left and he kept his legacy, still clean. So I feel like for Madrid fans, they really need to take it easy with Alonso and understand that he's trying to create a style of play. Because under Ancelotti, let's be real, there was no style of play. The only style of play we saw was this. Once you do like this,
Crazy say it is guy who Sabi do am. I was like,
that's the only style of play that we knew from Carlo. You understand? Pass the ball to Vini, Mbappe, and then whatever happens will happen. You understand? But now you're trying to create a style of play with the ball. You're seeing him trying something with Adagula and what's this guy? And Mbappe trying to get chemistry. You're seeing what he's doing with what's this guy's name? What's this guy's name? Bellingham.
Who?
You understand? Like even though Bellingham is not
Bellingham.
really good, what do you say?
I said Bellingham or Mastantuano. Which one? Bellingham.
I don't even know their names these days. Is it Mansour? I know Bellingham having a good season though. But yeah, the Mansour, what's his name? Say it again.
Mastantuano.
God knows I'll destroy them if I try to even say it. But yeah, the Mansour something, Arnold something. You see, Alonso is trying something. It's not relying on the big names anymore. And they're used to the Galacticos Madrid big names type of play. It's trying to create a style of play as Madrid, more like what they did with Bayern Leverkusen. It will take time because he has to deal with the ego of the team. He has to deal with the board, deal with the fans. It will take. I don't know if the board will give him that leverage of time to build a team pretty much. You understand? But it was a huge loss for them. I saw today that the board is backing him. I don't know how long they will back him, but it's a good one for Pep also. Let's talk about Pep because Pep is trying to is Pep will do it silently 1-0, 1, 3-1, 4-0, 5-1. He will do it silently, and just before you know it is on top.
Yeah.
I feel
They
like
are
Pep is
racking up
trying
the win.
to build, and if this Czechy guy gains some sort of confidence that we're seeing right now, it's gonna be a huge problem for everybody. He mesmerized Rudiger on that day. You understand? He really messed with them. You understand? This Czechy guy, what's Pep trying to do with Czechy? If Czech can make that, if Pep makes him a bad boy, which is already showing right now, because that boy's a nasty player. If that becomes a success story, Pep and Czechy, that's gonna be a problem. We're seeing them now. There's the team camaraderie is showing right now. There's synergy in the team. They know how they play with and without the ball. You're seeing what Bernardo Silva is doing. Foden is now coming back to his regular form. You understand? Haaland is now Haaland. The robot again is always there. He has gone through the space, taking that thing, and now he's showing us why he's Superman right now. You understand? Like the team is playing well, they're scoring goals, and they're keeping clean sheet. Even though the defense is questionable, but to go to Bernabéu and keep a clean sheet, that's
Wait,
that's
no,
that's
they scored then.
that's laudable.
No, they considered. Rodrigo scored.
I mean, sorry, I think it was 1-0, 2-1. I think it's the Liverpool Inter game that was in my head. But yeah, but the point is they're winning games,
Yeah,
and
60,
they're, and
60
they're
has been
getting
racking up the wins. Like
they're
slowly.
getting. I know there's confidence in that team. They're winning games, and if they keep up this form, that's a real problem for you, Arsenal fans, not me. But yeah,
Nah, I agree. I feel like I don't think there's any much more to be said, to be honest. But do you have any points?
I mean, not much, yeah. I agree with what this guy was saying in terms of City and their form and everything. Like, honestly, when they even brought on Mamouche from the bench, also, I was like, bro, they still have this Mamouche guy. Like, what the
Hmm.
hell? So it's like City seems to
do you know?
be the
I do
typical.
not. I forgot about that guy completely.
I forgot
I
about
I know
Mamouche,
that guy.
bro.
Who
I
is the
saw
boy that?
him coming off the bench. I was like, wait, what? This guy is still here? Like, so it's like the the talent that we know City already have, and like this is how City is. Like Pep normally says it, oh, the league starts in November, and it seems like, oh, we're starting to see that through City now wake up. So yeah, it's definitely a wake up call for Arsenal, like in terms of a title charge. But in terms of like Real Madrid also, I agree with what you guys said. I don't think them firing Alonso at this point in time would make any sense because the goal, I feel like Rudiger was the cause of even the first goal and the penalty that I even considered to Haaland too. Like that was such a useless. Like, what do you think you were doing there? So it's like there's still issues within the team outside of Alonso that is causing Madrid not to play well. They need to actually figure that out before we can start asking questions on Alonso. Like, what exactly is the issue why they are not playing well? I'm still yet to understand. I think their right back situation is causing some issue because Trent doesn't seem to have picked the best form, and what they call his name, Fernandez or who is Carvajal that was their right back before. Like he's already older, so it's like them playing Valverde there is definitely part of the reason why Valverde is even having a bad season, I would say, because Valverde is typically a midfielder. So it's like all these changes, him being a new manager in the team, I just think like it's best if Madrid gives him more time at least to the end of the season. I don't know if that's a Madrid thing, but I guess we'll find out at the end of the season if Alonso still has his job. But yeah, that's my take.
Anyway, that was a very fair take from you guys, honestly. Yeah. We'll see if Alonso still has a job at the end of the season. I mean, if I were them, I would stick with him. I think he has ideas. He's a young, up and coming, very good coach, and he's still learning. But I think people forget he's actually pretty inexperienced. So he'll figure it out. And Madrid is
They don't do that at Madrid.
yeah, but
Those guys
the
don't do that.
problem
Once they play that anthem, Madrid, Madrid, they don't. What that inexperience is in the trash, man.
They need to if they want to end up like Man U. So because football is moving fast and English football is dominating now, so they need to become. I don't think they can sustain that those fire and higher they were doing before.
Hmm.
Anyway, okay, this is this is your time to shine.
Yeah, well, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. So
Okay.
you need to bring back your best rankings. So what are your top five teams in Europe from number five?
Top five teams down. I didn't even think of this before coming.
Have you guys spoken about Chelsea?
Yeah, you missed Chelsea.
Don't come late to class, guys. Don't be
It's
like me. I'm paying for it now, and I feel bad.
At the end of the day, like you gave your Chelsea rundown on Soccer Talks with AK. Unless you can drop a few points there if you want.
Nah, that's fine. I think you guys have said a lot. I've just watched it and then I trust you guys to do justice to it.
Yeah, no, Sam give us the rundown. So, Bear, what's your top five rankings? AK, you can criticize or say what you want after he gives his top five rankings.
top five rankings right now. With what I'm saying, I'll give fifth to maybe I'll give fifth to Barcelona as of this time. The reason why I'll give fifth to Barcelona is just because it seems like they haven't really figured out that high line thing. It seems that they are still conceding a lot of goals, and I don't think they can go so far doing that. Fourth, I'll give it to at this point in time, given the current squad that Arsenal has, and given our current situation, I had Arsenal on top before. Realistically, if we don't figure out something in January, because with Gabriel out, Saliba out, Mascara out, and they're out till like February, March, I don't see us doing too well without an additional signing. So I'll put Arsenal fourth. Third, I'll put Arsenal fourth right now. If I'm saying right now, I'm putting Arsenal fourth. Third, I'll put PSG. The reason why I put PSG is because I feel like they have that um European pedigree. They are the last champions. Obviously, yeah, I'll still put them up there. Second, I would say possibly Bayern. I was going to put Arsenal second and put Bayern fourth. But just given our injury crisis and the fact that we might have more injuries over the December period, that's why I chose to put Bayern second because I don't know if they play that many games in the Bundesliga. I don't think they even have Christmas games. So it's
You know,
like in the Champions League, I see them coming off hot in the new year.
first, what champions?
And the first that I'm giving with world champion, I'm giving Man City first. I think Man City right now have the best in terms of like their trajectory. Man City's trajectory looks to be going upward as opposed to the other guys where it's kind of like flat or going downward. So if I'm just going solely based off trajectory now, yeah, I see Man City as the top team in terms of European, like winning the European title basically. So yeah, that's my ranking.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's
Well, you mentioned all this, and I didn't mention the team in London that's won it 2 times. And
That
barring the
Chelsea
fact
Chelsea
that
is just way
barring the
too.
fact that no, barring the fact that when we won it 2 times, we were not having a good season in the beginning. Don't forget that, please, guys. The first time I won it, I didn't perform well in the Premier League. Second time I won it, I sacked Lampard because he wasn't doing well. So you're buying this fact, posterity will judge you.
we
Like I
ask
said,
like
I'm not gonna put Chelsea in the top five with the way you guys are playing. I'm
oh
sorry.
we have
So it's a performance thing right now, not
No, no, for me right
necessarily
now,
like an
like the
emotion thing.
rankings do change over the course of the season. Like previously, like I said, I put Arsenal first because we didn't have all these
Yeah,
injuries. But seeing what I'm
yeah.
saying now, with all the injuries that's happening, yeah, I don't feel comfortable putting us all the way up there because
but big picture though. We are first in the Champions
But
League.
I
First
actually
season.
agree
regardless if
with
we
you.
are first in the
I,
champion, that's
I
what I'm
actually agree
saying.
with Okpeni Arsenal because my question is my reason why I agree is very simple. Most of your key players right now in the defense are injured right now. The question is when they come back from injury, will they be on on that same level? Secondly, is the Arsenal board ready to spend, right now in coming January? They want to go deep in pocket to support Ateta. Secondly, so we not. I'm not really sure yet, but because you guys are mentioning squad depth back to back, but with what we are seeing after stuff from Aston Villa, we're still not sure. But barring those two factors, that's how I agree with you guys in fourth. You understand? But my thing is, I think I like how you highlighted PSG being the European champions, and they asked Enrique a question, yeah, when he lost to Bayern Munich. You know what he said? He said, "Ask me this question again, March." They asked him, "What are you guys interested in Europe in the Champions League?" Just about his team's performance and form. He said, "Listen, it's just November. You understand? Teams are just playing right now. Well, teams have not hit that peak form level yet. Ask me again February, March, and then I'll give you a better answer." So I like how you highlighted that part. But I don't have an excuse, or I don't have any issue with your team or with your take. Since you said it's based on performance, I literally agree with you. You understand? But it's the Champions League, guys. Don't you ever, I repeat, don't you ever write off Chelsea, man. Thank you.
That's fair. And I don't think anybody's writing off Chelsea. Anyway, guys, it's been a fun conversation. And also all our takes. This has been hot. There are a lot of interesting takes to this, especially with the Salah conversation. So guys, make sure you watch, subscribe, turn off your notifications, and let's keep doing this, keep supporting us. As we also have Soccer Take with AK on here as well. Support his page, follow him as well, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Just to give a teaser out, guys, we're pretty much playing like a proper special edition. We had the last time United edition with Toby. I'm trying to plan one with a Liverpool fan. His name is Jake. He's American. You guys will be surprised with how much in-depth knowledge he has of the game. He calls it soccer, so don't get mad at him. But I'm trying to figure out a time. It's a great surprise edition, though. I'm telling you, but when you guys watch that one coming up during the coming days, you'll be really, really impressed how far and wide the game has gone in America right now. So, thank you for having me again, Socrates with AK. Thank you, Akbar. Thank you, Five Aside. Wonderful episode. What's this guy's name? Sam and Unamdi. Great takes. I listened. I'm like, wow, this is wonderful, man. So thank you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Right. All right, guys. Peace out.
Peace out.
Sure.
Come on. We the top ball inside. All day. 5 aside. Go 5 aside. Woo!